Stop trying to make smart decisions. The more you think about the decision, the more likely you are to make that decision based off of external factors rather than internal factors. And don't get me wrong, I don't think that we should entirely sack off what's good for other people, not consider our impacts on the world around us. But please, for the love of God, let's stop forgetting our fucking selves in all of this. This shape is going to absolutely change your life, because what this shape can do, when combined with your birthday, birth time, and birthplace, is give you an idea of where your internal authority lies. This is the part of you that's actually going to help you make decisions for you, as opposed to the mind, which is a form of external authority. It's cataloging everything with its senses, and again, it's making decisions that are good for the external world. But what about me? There are 7 authorities within human design. This is the solar plexus. This is the emotional center. If you have that defined, your emotional authority. Your emotions are here to guide you, but not to do stuff in the external world. The emotions are here to help you confront stuff inside you and stuff beyond you, beyond the physical world, spiritual shit. It's best to wait out decisions until you're in a state of more emotional clarity. High highs and low lows. Things are not going to be as good as they appear, and vice versa. Next up, we have the Sacral Authority. That's right here. If that's defined for you, it means that your ahas and your uh-uhs are going to guide you. They're going to let you know what you have energy for and what you do not have energy for. The better you listen and the better you follow that guidance, the more satisfying life is going to be. Next, we have the spleen. If that spleen center right there is colored in, that's splenic authority. The spleen is an awareness center that is constantly trying to answer the question, are you food or am I food? Am I safe here or am I in danger? This is intuition, where you're just like going about your day and all of a sudden it's like, don't take the normal way home. Well, that's strange. Why? The guidance tends to disappear. It's very quiet, it's very subtle, so you gotta listen. Next, we have the ego authority. The ego is motor, it's will, it's reputation, it's working hard so that you can play later. It's very important for people with ego authority to consider, what does this say about me? How can this bolster my ego? And there's a healthy and unhealthy way to do this. But again, this is where a lot of that internal authority is going to come from. For somebody with ego authority, they're not going to have the same connection to their emotions, their sacral, or their spleen, because their centers will be undefined. Next, we have the identity center, the G. This is self-projected projectors. With this authority, you're going to know what's best for you based off of you talking about it. Soundboarding, not getting advice from others, but just hearing yourself talk about it and feeling the truth in your voice or not. It also could be helpful to record yourself talking about something and recognize, oh, yeah, I definitely don't want to do that thing. I can tell by the way that I'm talking about it. After that, we have the mental authority. This will be mental projectors right here if that center is defined. The mental authority is all about the environment. It's very similar to a reflector. You're going to need multiple samples of a place, experience, thing, relationship before you can actually determine whether or not that's synced up with you. This is about a sampling over time and seeing whether something is consistent or if it's going to change and whether or not that's harmonious with you. These mental projectors, as well as reflectors, are the most heavily impacted by their environment and have to be the most choosy with who they spend their time with and what decisions they make based off of their environment. Last but not least, we have the Lunar Authority, which is if you have no centers defined in your chart, you have the Lunar Authority. Lunar Authority is all about patience, and it's all about the greater rhythms of life. The rhythm that most people know is the sun. Sun comes up, sun goes down. Sun comes up, sun goes down. A lot less people understand or are able to witness and track the cycles of the moon. Sometimes it's over in that part of the sky. Sometimes it's up over there. Sometimes it's full. Sometimes it's nowhere to be seen. It's much more mysterious, but there is a rhythm to the seeming madness and chaos. For reflectors, checking in over a 28-day cycle, especially with big decisions, is going to be the best way to make decisions for themselves. Those are the 7 authorities within human design. And again, this is not about like abandoning all consideration of the external authority in the external world. This is just about like stopping fucking yourself over to make the external world happy. That's probably the best way that I could put it. Those are the 7 authorities. If this helped you, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Also, if you don't know what your body graph and all that stuff is, $20. And I will completely change your life with these fucking shapes, okay? Visit ReikiMarco.com, plug in your information, generate a body graph, buy a report. Swear to God, this is the most insane way to level up that I've ever come across.